Welcome students. Today we are discuss about role of the microbes. I think you are aware with this word microbes. Microbes means that is not seen in the naked eye. For example, bacteria, fungus, actinomycetes, as well as the present day very famous COVID means virus. But here we are discuss about the beneficial microorganisms, that is rhizobium, Azotobacter, Azoospermillum, PSP, Azolla, then arbuscular mycorrhiza means fungus, and as well as organic manure. It may be 2-3 type like FIM, normal compost, CT compost, vermicompost, phosphocompost, enriched compost, etc. So these are the microbes like rhizobium, Azotobacter, Azoospermillum, blue-green algae, phosphate solubilizing bacteria, some organic manure, especially vermicompost, arbuscular mycorrhiza, and then fungal culture. Fungal culture means Pseudomonas strata and Bacillus species is a very useful fungal culture for rapid decomposition as well as suitable for the decomposition of the cellulose and lignin content material like you can say leaf, paddy straw, maize straw, means ki farm waste, and remain roots present in the rhizosphere is also decomposed by this fungal culture. So what is the response of the microbes in the agriculture, and what happened if you apply the microbial culture and product of the microbial culture like organic manure? You can see here, if you apply the only RDF, recommended dose of fertilizer, the yield of the product like black gram is only 7.81, 781 means 7.81 quintal per hectare or 781 kg per hectare. But in case of recommended dose of fertilizer plus rhizobium, it increased 7.8 to 9.7. When we apply the recommended dose of fertilizer plus phosphate solubilizing bacteria, it's increased 781 to 934 quintal per hectare. Similarly, RDF plus rhizobium plus PSB, it's increased against recommended dose of fertilizer 781 kg per hectare to 1079.74 kg per hectare. If you see the biological yield means grain yield and straw yield, you can see here the clear-cut differences in between. Where we apply the recommended dose of fertilizer, it increased 2555 kg per hectare to 3210.73 kg per hectare. So this is the difference between where we apply the recommended dose of fertilizer along with the microbial inoculants. So you can increase not only the seed yield as well as straw yield, that is useful for the animals feed. So this is the response of the different microbial inoculants like rhizobium, then PSB, etc. So if you apply the microbial inoculants as well as byproduct of the microbes like organic manure along with the recommended dose of fertilizer, it's give the highest yield of the plant, of the crop like black gram as well as straw yield, and also increase or maintain the soil health, because soil health is a very important factor that is useful not only for the human, for the coming generation. So this seed yield and straw yield both increase by the use of microbial inoculants along with the recommended dose of fertilizer. And you can say it is an example of the integrated nutrient management. So we are talking about, we are worried about the soil health. But to maintain the soil health, it is the only alternative to use integration of the chemical fertilizer as well as microbial and organic manure. Then what happened if you apply these microbial inoculants in the vegetable crops? We are early class, we are already discussed on this topic, on this table. If you apply the biofertilizer in the vegetable, the yield increase about 18% in case of pea. Pea means matar, vegetable matar. Then in case of onion, yield increase about 17.6%. So you think if you apply the chemical fertilizer, it's not give this much amount of yield. But if you apply the biofertilizer along with the chemical fertilizer, it's increased 17 to 80% yield increase. And the cost of the biofertilizer is very meager amount, that is only 75 rupees per hectare, whereas in the chemical fertilizer it's required about more than 1000 rupees per hectare. So these are the response. Similarly, followed by the ginger yield increase about 14%, 15%, tomato about 12.48%, and lowest response was noted in the case of radish, that is only 3.3% yield increase. These are the economics we are discussed earlier. What happened if you apply the biofertilizer, then how much quantity of chemical fertilizer you save through the rhizobium, Azotobacter and phosphate solubilizing bacteria. If the fixation is about 50 kg per hectare, suppose that, then if the Azotobacter fixation about 20 kg per hectare, then Azotobacter 200 to 30 kg, 300 kg per hectare, and phosphate solubilizing bacteria solubilize about 40 kg per hectare. Then you can think how much chemical fertilizer, how much money you can save by the use of bacterial culture or by the microbes, how it is helpful in the agriculture. These are the byproducts of the chemical fertilizer, byproducts of the microbes, or you can say microbes means bacteria, fungus and actinomycetes. These products are made by the fungal culture like Pseudomonas striata, Bacillus species, etc. So it is a very important topic and byproduct of the microbes. So I want to communicate some message, how it is beneficial, how it is important for the crop production, how it increase the crop productivity as well as soil productivity. So in case of organic manure through the process, what is the definition? It is a process for the composting in the agriculture, animal, human waste through the microbial decomposition process, which is done by the microorganisms. It's two types, that is aerobic and anaerobic. And after the decomposition under the high temperature, its temperature increase about up to 60 degree centigrade. अगर आप उसमें अपना हाथ डालें कभी कंपोस्ट पिट में तो हाथ आपका जल जाएगा, इतना टेम्परेचर हाई हो जाता है ड्यू टू एक्शन ऑफ द थर्मोफिलिक बैक्टीरिया. So after decomposition, it about 3 to 6 months, it's produce amorphous brown and dark brown humidified material containing essential plant nutrients and other growth promoting substances like enzymes, hormones, vitamins, and remain constituents of the organic matter is known as compost, and it is a complete definition of the compost. What happened if you apply this organic manure into the soil? It improves the physical, chemical and biological properties of the soil. Organic manure and biofertilizer are the only option to meet the maximum plant nutrients that is essential for the plant growth and quality of the crop production. These are the different type of organic manures produced by the different type of microorganisms. It may be fungal culture, microbial, actinomycetes, mold, etc. That is, first one is farmyard manure. Then different type of compostages like farm and rural compost, town compost, mechanical compost, enriched compost, phospho compost, vermicompost, as well as night soil comes under this category. Then biogas slurry, after producing the gas, methane gas, then waste product you can incorporate in the agriculture in the form of compost. Then sewage and sludge is a very good source of compost or organic manure. That is a few advantages with this sewage and sludge. It's having a heavy metal toxicity. It's contain cadmium, cobalt, nickel, etc. That is harmful for the not only for the human as well as animal health. Then pig, poultry, goat, sheep manure. It is very beneficial for the organic farming. Then green manuring. So these are the some organic manure that is produced by the some microbes. These are the concentrated organic manure, that is non-edible and edible cakes like mustard cake, currants cake, groundnut cake, linseed cake, sesame cake, linseed cake. These are cakes are the very concentration and having a good amount of plant nutrient. Then blood meal manure, meat meal manure, horn and hoof meal manure, wool industry waste also used in the as a organic manure to increase the crop and soil productivity. These are the organic manures, organic manure sources like animal waste. It's increase animal excreta, slaughterhouse wastage, then human excreta also, just like night soil and urine of the human excreta. Then plant waste, crop waste like cereals, legumes, pulses, oil seeds, fiber, sugar crop, forest litter, water hyacinth, lantana, ipomia, seaweed, tree legumes and aquatic weeds. These are the very good source of the plant nutrients. It's having high content of nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, magnesium, sodium, etc. And it is also creating a problematic in the environment like water hyacinth. All the ponds and other small resource water body resources are covered by the water hyacinth and salvinia. It is a problematic for the fish grower and others. But if we utilize for the manufacturing or preparation of the organic manure, it's give a very good amount of the organic manure for the crop production. Then urban and rural waste, then agro industry byproduct like rice bran and husk, sawdust, press mud, cotton, jute, tea, tobacco, fruit and vegetable wastage. The huge amount of farm waste, crop waste, natural waste is available in the atmosphere that is useful not only for the agriculture production as well as for the human use also. So with the help of this organic manure, we increase the soil productivity and also maintain the soil health. These are some brief process for the preparation of nitrogen and phosphorus containing enriched compost. This table gives the message how to increase the nutrient content in the organic manure. As you know, simple compost having only 0.5% nitrogen, 0.3% phosphorus and 0.4% potassium, whereas enriched compost is having more than 2.5% nitrogen and 7%, 5 to 7% phosphorus. So think about where The normal compost giving 0.5% nitrogen, this enriched compost giving 2.5% nitrogen. So what is the ratio of the preparation of this enriched compost, that is water hyacinth, it is available in the ponds, plus lantana crop residue or any crop residue if as per availability, then ipomia, the ratio is 1:1:1:1. Then quantity 100 kg capacity of pit, it may be cemented or maybe in kacha, means without brick and cement. Then phosphate 2.5 to 5% as a rock phosphate, इसको use करना है. Then other inputs like pyrite, if available in your area, you can use the pyrite 5 to 10%. Then nitrogen, to reduce or narrow the CN ratio, it's help the decomposition, 2.5 to 0.25 to 2.5 kg per ton, means 40 to 60:1 ratio you can use to increase the nitrogen content. Not only increase the nitrogen content, but also it's help to decompose the organic matters, organic wastage. Then other inputs, other organic inputs like plant material, plant materials, cattle dungs, soil, compost in the ratio of 8:1, 0.5:0.5, and maintain the moisture 60 to 70%, and turning this pit in the interval of 15 days, like 15 days, 30 days, 45 days and 60 days for complete decomposition and preparation of this in this phospho compost. The nitrogen content and phosphorus content increase, nitrogen up to 2.5% and phosphorus content increase up to 5%. This is the availability of the nutrients in organic manure. How much nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium is available in the farm waste that is not used by the farmers. In case of FYM, it's contain 0.5% to 1.5% nitrogen, whereas in the normal compost it's only found at only 5%. In case of potassium, it's found 0.5 to 0.9%, potassium 0.3 to 1.5%. Vegetable compost, it nitrogen 1 to 1.5%, phosphorus 0.4 to 0.8%, similarly potassium 0.8 to 1.2%. Then city compost 0.7 to 2%, nitrogen content increase due to in the city compost different type of organic waste, vegetable waste, sewage sludge, all are mixes. So nutrient content increase may be due to this reason, 0.5 to 0.7%, phosphorus 0.9 to 3%, see here 0.9 to 3%, then potash 1.2 to 2%. So city compost is best for the decomposition of, city compost material is best for the decomposition of compost. So these are the nutrient content available in the farm waste, village compost and city compost. Then nutrient availability in the different cakes. In the Jharkhand, karanj is a very common tree. Karanj tree is very common, and karanj cake is very useful for the agriculture. And it is for your knowledge. So how much nutrient availability found in this different type of cakes like karanj cake, neem, castor, groundnut, coconut, nizer, sesame, etc. You can see here the maximum nutrient content was recorded in case of groundnut cake, that is 7.3%. In case of phosphorus, maximum was recorded sesame cake, that is 2%. In case of potassium, neem cake having neem cake followed by coconut cake 1.1 to 1.8 to 1.5. So you can see how it is useful in the agriculture production. And these are the nutrient availability in the crop remains, means farm waste remains, like paddy straw. हमारे जो यूपी, पंजाब और जो हमारे हरियाणा के जो फार्मर्स हैं, they can burning their residue, especially wheat and rice. तो बर्न करने के बाद जो भी आपके बचे remains like paddy straw, it's having 0.3 to 0.5% nitrogen, whereas phosphorus 0.2 to 0.5%, and similarly potassium 0.3 to 0.5%. In case of groundnut extra, the nitrogen content 1.6 to 1.8%, 0.3 to 0.5% phosphorus, and 1.1 to 1.7% potassium. Similarly, sorghum cake, ragi cake is also useful. So these tables show the, if you waste the farm waste, how much nutrient you lost. If you apply in the organic manure through the decomposition as a compost, you can save this much nutrients. These are the average nutrient content in the organic manure. Which type of organic manure is very useful for the crop production? It is a byproduct of the byproduct of the microorganisms like bacteria, fungi, and actinomycetes. And if you see in this table, in case of farm-yard manure, the maximum nutrient content was recorded in case of FYM: nitrogen 1%, phosphorus 0.5%, potassium 0.9%, as well as in the micronutrient like iron, zinc, manganese, copper, boron, and molybdenum. It recorded maximum concentration in case of FYM, followed by the green manure, Sisbania, etc., Barsim, Dhacha. It's also nutrient content primary and micronutrient is having very good amount. So these are the nutrient concentration in the different organic manure. This is for your kind information and for your knowledge update. The quality control agency of the organic inputs. जब आप कंपोस्ट या बायो फर्टिलाइजर का प्रोडक्शन करते हैं तो ये गवर्नमेंट ने एक ऑर्डर बना दिया है, फर्टिलाइजर कंट्रोल ऑर्डर. उस ऑर्डर में आपको रखा गया है बांध करके कि आप एक कोई गलत तरह का या स्पूरियस टाइप ऑफ मटेरियल फार्मर्स को सप्लाई ना करें. ये जो एजेंसीज हैं इंडिया में, दैट इज NBDC, presently converted into NCOF, नेशनल सेंटर फॉर ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग गाजियाबाद. ये नोडल एजेंसी है इंडिया की जो फर्टिलाइजर कंट्रोल ऑर्डर को देखती है. और इन्होंने बहुत सारे रीजनल सेंटर फॉर ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग बना दिया, जो कि बेंगलोर में है, भुवनेश्वर, हिसार, इम्फाल, जबलपुर, नागपुर, एज ए नोडल एजेंसी फॉर द टेस्टिंग ऑफ द मेंटेनिंग द क्वालिटी ऑफ बायो फर्टिलाइजर एंड ऑर्गेनिक मैन्योर. अगर आपके बायो फर्टिलाइजर, आपने इंटरप्रेन्योरशिप में बायो फर्टिलाइजर का प्रोडक्शन किया, ऑर्गेनिक मैन्योर का प्रोडक्शन किया, तो उसकी टेस्टिंग की, उसमें न्यूट्रिएंट कंटेंट कितना है, दैट विल ओनली टेस्टेड बाय दीज एजेंसीज. नागपुर, जबलपुर, इम्फाल, हिसार, भुवनेश्वर, बैंगलोर, एंड दिस झारखंड इज कम्स अंडर द जबलपुर. झारखंड के जो फार्मर्स हैं उनके अगर प्रोडक्ट को टेस्ट करना है कि उनकी क्वालिटी कैसी है बायो फर्टिलाइजर की, ऑर्गेनिक मैन्योर की, जो बाई प्रोडक्ट है जो माइक्रोब्स के द्वारा बनाया गया है, उसकी टेस्टिंग आप अपने जबलपुर में जाकर के यहाँ से आप करा सकते हैं. These are the some threshold value that is important for the organic manure production. Inert material is less than 25%. Absence of the fall odor. Color is a dark brown. CN ratio is in between 1 to 15. Then potassium in between 1 to 2. EC 3 to 4 decimal per Simon per meter. pH 6.5 to 7.5. Then biological properties, it is nil from Salmonella, Shigella, and coliform to create a human problem as well some disease. And these are the criteria for the what is the quality of the poor quality of compost and good quality of compost. You can see here the composting material is pH having 6.5 to 7.5, it is a good quality. If pH is below 6 or above 8, it is not considered as a good quality. It is not suitable and recommended for the farming. Then CN ratio 20:1 or less, but in poor quality it may be more than 20.1. Moisture 15 to 25%. In poor quality more than 30%. Then temperature 30 to 40 degree centigrade in between. In poor quality it's more than 25 degree centigrade. Humus 6 to 8%, that is very important. Humus should be in the good quality of compost, it should be 6 to 8%, but in the poor quality it may be less than 4%. In case of nitrogen, if you produce any type of organic manure, if nitrogen is less than 1, you can't say it is a good quality of organic manure. So it should be not less than 1. In case of poor quality, it may be less than 1%. The response of the good quality is on the crop is maybe good response. In poor quality, it may be not produce or not look like a good condition. So we want to give a message. Department of Soil Science is having 2 very important experiments and going at present running with the help of Indian Council of Agriculture Research, like long-term fertilizer experiment. This experiment was started in 1973 with the help of organic, inorganic and other soil amendment. Then one experiment is permanent manual trial. This experiment was started in 1956 to know what happened if you apply the imbalanced use of fertilizer, like only nitrogen and phosphorus, then only FIM. So many combination is available to find out the effect of the balance or imbalance or use of the organic manure fertilizer, what happened if you apply and long term apply. So this experiment I think completed 63-64 years and see what happened. These are the response of the long term fertilizer experiments. If you apply the only nitrogenous fertilizer, the yield goes down about 2 to 3 quintal per hectare, and if you apply the lime, if soil is acidic, it's increase about 10 quintal, and after application of FIM, it increase about 20 quintal per hectare. So you think about, if you apply the nitrogenous fertilizer, that is imbalance use, what happened, and application of lime if soil is acidic, and FIM, what happened. Then where we apply the full dose of nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium, nitrogen in the form of ammonium sulfate, it is a acid producing chemical fertilizer. It's create a problem or create a problematic soil. The pH goes down about 3.5 to 4.5. So crop response is very poor where soil is pH less than 5.5. So if apply the lime, it's increase about more than 333%. Similarly, in case of N and P soil, the application of lime and FIM, it increased 31 to 371%. So this is the miracle of the FIM and lime in the acid soil, and organic manure is a very good source, not only increase the pH but also increase the plant nutrients, several plant nutrients, especially micronutrients. In case of permanent manual trial, this experiment was completed about 63-64 years, and here you can see where we apply the only nitrogenous fertilizer, yield is only about 1 to 2 quintal per hectare. If you add phosphatic fertilizer, 1 plant nutrient more, it's increased about more than 10 quintals. Then if you use the balanced dose of fertilizer NPK, it's increased 2 quintal to 20 quintal. Similarly, soil is acidic. As you know, Jharkhand is acidic, about 10 lakhs hectare in the acid affected soil. So in case of acidic soil, if you apply the lime along with the recommended dose of fertilizer, its yield increase from 2 quintal to 50 quintals. Similarly, FIM increase 2 to 3 quintal to 40 quintal per hectare. And if you not apply anything, the control is doing better than this imbalanced use of fertilizer, only nitrogen. So these are the response of the FIM, that is a byproduct of the microbes. So it is eye opener for you and as well as for the farmers. If you not apply the balanced use of fertilizer, means chemical fertilizer along with the organic manure like compost, FIM, vermicompost, etc., then what happened? The yield goes down about 2 to 3 quintal per hectare. Ultimately, what happens? If you apply the organic manure or biofertilizer, it's not only increase the crop yield, it's also improve the soil health. And what is the soil health? It is a refer to the integration of the biological which chemical and physical approaches to soil management for long term sustainability. For long term sustainability, जो अगली पीढ़ी आने वाली है 10 पीढ़ी, उसको भी मिट्टी से उपज लेने की क्षमता बनी रहती है. लॉन्ग टर्म सस्टेनेबिलिटी ऑफ द क्रॉप प्रोडक्टिविटी विथ मिनिमल इम्पैक्ट व्हाट दैट इज ऑन इन्वायरमेंट. केमिकल फर्टिलाइजर जो आपने यूज़ किया उसका इम्पैक्ट और जो आपने बायो फर्टिलाइजर ऑर्गेनिक मैन्योर यूज़ किया, दोनों को मिलाकर यूज़ करेंगे तो आपका जो सॉइल है वो उसका फिजिकल, केमिकल, बायोलॉजिकल तीनों प्रॉपर्टीज विल बी इंक्रीज एंड इट्स ऑल्सो इंक्रीज द सॉइल प्रोडक्टिविटी with minimal impact of the environment. Thank you.